Well, welcome to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection since 1991. Today is Friday, the 19th of May. My name is Pete Connor. I am your host, and we are going to have a wonderful visit today with the new chaplain at Homestead Hospice House, Justin Ray. And then we are going to go on location to visit with the 2017 Teacher of the Year, Amanda Gislason. And as per usual on Friday, we take up our sponsorship sheet and to highlight those folks who are sponsoring Owatonna today. Our premier sponsors, City of Owatonna, Express Employment Professionals, Owatonna Public Utilities. Our primary sponsors, Amy Swain Hearing Centers, Fairway Foods, Little Theater of Owatonna, Owatonna Foundation, Turtle Creek Nursery and Landscaping. And our interlude sponsors, Bremer Bank, Brenda Bednar Mortgage Office, Cedar Valley Services, Glenn Mager and Michael Mager of the Brick Mager Funeral Home and Medford Funeral Home, Carlson Branstead and Company CPAs, ERA Gillespie Real Estate, the Fairview Animal Medical Center, Horizon Eye Care, Owatonna Area Business Development Center, Steele County Historical Society, Steele County Transitional Housing, the Third Hand Video Productions, Tri-M Graphics, and TPS Insurance. And if you know of anyone that would be a good sponsor for Owatonna today, please let us know about that. And we do hope that you will support these sponsors because they are the ones who are making Owatonna today a reality. So once again, if you have someone, contact Leanne at 507-390-5751. And now we're going to take just a bit of time to highlight some of those sponsors and messages, and then we'll be right back with Justin. Stay with us.
Hi, this is Nick Paler from Turtle Creek Nursery and Landscaping. Come see our wide variety of plants. Proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, I'm Rick Smith, Golf Course Superintendent of the Brooktree Golf Course. Brooktree is an 18-hole championship golf course featuring well-manicured greens, tees, and fairways. We are open to the public. I challenge you to find a better maintained golf course for the money we charge here at Brooktree. Come on out and play Brooktree, a great golf course.
Hi, I'm Betsy Linger from the Owatonna Foundation. Your generosity has made Owatonna a better place to live by benefiting our community, the arts, recreation, and education. Please consider a donation today. The Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Well, welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection, and welcome to Justin Ray, the new chaplain at Homestead Hospice House. Hello and welcome.
Thanks.
Good to have you, and welcome to Owatonna.
It's great to be here. Thank you.
It's wonderful. It's good to have you, and this is going to be a great opportunity for us to find out more about you. Absolutely. About what your philosophies are about chaplaincy and so forth. Start with who is Justin?
Okay, a little bit about myself. I grew up in St. Paul, Minnesota. I'm a St. Paul kid. I learned to drive on country roads like those that surround Owatonna out in Cokato, Minnesota, in my grandpa's brown Chevy pickup. So the roads, these roads are familiar for me. Sure. I went to St. Olaf College, just north of here, familiar space, and moved out east for divinity school. Planned on staying for 3, but was there for 12. I have experience in home hospice care in a hospital setting, and 3 years as a VA chaplain. But I have a passion for people and their stories. And
but you have to bring up the one most important part of your life as a youngster.
Yeah.
You were a goalie, a goaltender.
I still am a goalie, yeah.
That's got to be a Christianizing or a spiritual experience if there ever was one.
I think hockey is the best and the worst of us here in Minnesota. And there is nothing quite like being out on the ice. Yeah, and facing a shooter, facing a puck one-on-one. Yeah, exactly.
Good. Well, you've obviously passed muster to the interviewing committee and so forth. And what have you found since you got to Hospice House?
Well, number one, you can't get to Hospice House without meeting Fran Chon. And she paid me a good amount of money to not mention how many years she's been at the Hospice House. So I won't mention that. But Fran Chon and all the staff there just carry a fire for people, a passion for people and their families at the end of life. I'm just been amazed every day. I get the opportunity to work with talented nurses, talented aides, massage therapists, music therapists, doctors, social workers. The way in which we're able to gather around a family at the most difficult of times and really witness the beauty that is there in life.
Right. It would seem that at that point in time, going into hospice care, into the house or at home, is that there is a certain relinquishing of, something is going to change here.
Sure.
And we've got to be ready for that.
Sure, absolutely. Well, I think yes, absolutely. We provide excellent hospice care at the Homestead Hospice House. I think it's also important to remember, though, that we provide care to people, hospice care to people wherever they consider home, within a 50-mile radius of Owatonna. So if they are still in their own homes or in an apartment or in a nursing facility or in an assisted living facility, we can provide care to them there. But yes, hospice does imply that doctors feel that there's a 6-month prognosis or less, that things are changing. It's a time to reflect on what's important to us.
And it's in your work, then, if you want to say the hard work, that's when it commences.
Yeah.
Is that we need to finally get to the point where I suppose someone is going to be as comfortable as they can to leave.
Absolutely. And I think that happens in a multitude of ways. It happens physically, it happens emotionally, and it happens spiritually. A lot of people talk about always wishing that they had more time to live. One of the approaches that I take as a chaplain is to think of providing space to live. And again, that's emotional space, that's physical space, and spiritual space. We go through so much with the progression of diseases, with trips to hospitals and doctors' offices, that it can be difficult to remember who we are and what's important to us, and we're just reacting to situations rather than really taking the time with our family, with the things and the people we value most.
And I think it would seem to me that there's no cookie cutter application here.
Exactly.
Every time that you come in to deal with someone, it's got to be different.
Exactly.
It's got to be a learning experience.
Exactly. And that's the beauty of this all is as a team being able to go in to the individual family and be with them in a way that is appropriate to them, that helps bring out their own strengths, because I really do believe that we are all able to deal with these things in different ways, and our role as a hospice team isn't to dictate how families should be doing this, but just really providing the space and the opportunities to choose. I use a buffet analogy in some ways. If you think about going out to a buffet for dinner, you have things set in front of you that you get to choose from, and you get to choose yourself what you want and what you don't want. End-of-life hospice care can be a lot like that. As a team, we gather around a family, surround them with options in a time in which they don't feel like there are a lot of options.
Sure.
And families and people can choose.
And sometimes families can view this whole experience differently, member to member.
Absolutely.
And that adds to a little bit of
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who does the chaplain go to when the chaplain needs help?
The chaplain goes for walks. I read. I play hockey. I play with my kids. I go fishing. I sit down and I give thanks, actually, it's really about gratitude, and being able to come back to all the things in our lives that we can be grateful for, even in difficult situations. Yeah, it's a great question.
Yeah, when we talked before the program, that we did talk about Kubler-Ross and the 5 stages of death and dying. That must be. Is that absolute? Does that work pretty much always the same?
Absolutely not. I mean, with the utmost of respect for her and for what she was able to iterate, I don't feel that grief really comes out as stages. I feel like it all happens at once. And that part of the difficulty and part of the opportunity of grief is that there is joy in our sadness and there is sadness in our joy. And that there is anger and there is bargaining and there is acceptance all at the same time.
And it's a shifting, I suppose.
And it just keeps moving and shifting on us depending on the day. And really beautiful things happen when we're able to sit with that and sit with that discomfort in a way that keeps us all intimate and connected.
Yeah, yeah. Census-wise, I know that you say 5 counties, so there are obviously people not here who are at home, but yet we have a place for how many people at the hospice house?
We have 8 beds at the hospice house at a given time.
Right. Yep. Let me ask you this: Are there people who don't want to have chaplaincy?
Absolutely,
Yes.
and again, as part of the buffet for hospice, that is somebody's choice. Obviously, the right of who they want to visit with and who they don't want to visit with. One of the things that gets confused with people is they assume that I'm coming in as a religious, a representative of a religious worldview, and that's not true. I'm there to listen to and to reflect what is important to them.
And if they do want it,
if they want the religious, then we can absolutely go there.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be. Yeah. I've had people who want to play cards with me, and we play cards. I've had people who want me to read the sports pages to them, and we read the sports pages. But what I do find that regardless of what it is, it does always lead to deeper conversations about life. Yeah.
So the best preparation that can be had is going to be a lot available to them.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
What about after the fact? What about after when someone finally passes on, and what role do you play after
Absolutely.
that?
Well, we follow up with families. As a chaplain, I'm available to lead the funeral if they would like that. We do have grief support counselors who provide ongoing counseling to families. A wonderful counselor who does that and follows up with the family. Again, that is up to the family to decide how much support or how little support they want at a given moment.
Yeah. So you say a menu, it's a buffet, it's such a wide variety, so it's got to be really almost spectacular what you are. When you went there today, as an example, you didn't know what was going to.
It is amazing how much beauty and growth and life occurs at the end of life.
And what a way to frame it, as opposed to the other side.
Yeah, absolutely.
As you said, we don't want this to happen. So,
yeah.
Well, this is great. I'm so happy to meet you, and happy to have you here on the show. And I expect that we're going to have you back for further visits and to tell us what's going on in your journey with the chaplaincy at Hospice House. And thanks again for being with
wonderful.
us.
Thanks so much.
We'll look for those days.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you.
And thank you for being with us. We're going to take just a few minutes for some sponsor messages, and then we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Ryan Gillespie with Bremer Bank Mortgage. By trusting your home loan needs to Bremer Bank, you are guaranteed a personalized, straightforward, and honest experience from application to closing. We look forward to guiding you through your next home purchase or refinance.
I didn't just want another job, I wanted a career, so I expressed myself.
I was new to town and I didn't know where to turn for a job, so I decided to express myself.
I decided to express myself, and they helped find the right career for me.
Express Employment Professionals is in contact with thousands of companies in need of quality employees. Come in now and get the job you deserve.
Express yourself today.
Since 1988, the Owatonna Area Business Development Center has been the part of the success of many area businesses. The center leases office space and manufacturing space and offers on-site business consulting. The Owatonna Area Business Development Center is in business to help your business be a success.
Hi, I'm Jody Voisin with the staff at Fairview Animal Medical Center, your other family doctor. Fairview Animal Medical Center is a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
I'm Dan Branstead of Carlson Branstead & Company, Certified Public Accountants. We support the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. And we are here at McKinley School, and I am very privileged to be interviewing Amanda Gislason. last Wednesday night, she was selected as the 2017 Owatonna Teacher of the Year. Amanda, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and welcome to the Owatonna Today Show again.
Thank you.
Because we did a brief interview with you at the Monterey last Wednesday. So, very first thing I want to ask you is, what went through your mind when your name was announced as the recipient of this award? Because there were 5 very fine candidates that were nominated. So what did you think?
Oh gosh, to be honest, it was kind of just, I can't even remember. Like that night is kind of just a blur to me, but I do remember feeling very grateful that and honored that my colleagues would value the work that we do here at McKinley with the arts, and I felt appreciated, so it was very nice. Honored and appreciated, yeah.
That's wonderful. Now, take us back. What was your education up to the point before you started teaching, and why did you want to become a teacher?
Sure. Well, I started out actually going to school to be a music teacher, and then I did not like practicing my trumpet as much as I thought that I would, and so it just wasn't fun for me anymore, and art was fun for me, so I kind of shifted gears towards graphic design, and I actually have a degree in graphic design.
Oh.
Yep. And then once I got that degree, I just felt like I wanted to do more, and so I went ahead and got my teaching degree. So I have my teaching degree also. I have my master's degree in educational leadership. And then we just finished up here actually our STEM certification, and so I was a part of that group through St. Kate's as well.
Oh my, so you've really put in a lot of extra education.
Yes.
And congratulations to you for that.
Thank you.
For those people that still can't remember what STEM stands for, would you tell us that?
Sure. It's science, technology, engineering, and math. And we actually do a lot of arts integration here. So I really believe that our school has a STEAM philosophy, which includes the A, which stands for the arts.
For the arts, okay, all right. And how long have you been teaching here in Owatonna?
I've been teaching here for 12 years, and Owatonna was my first district. So.
It was.
It was.
Wow, wonderful. And you said that you feel that the arts are part of the STEM, or rather STEAM philosophy. How do you integrate your art that you do with, and you, by the way, have all of the children here at McKinley School?
Correct.
Which are how many students?
A little over 600, I think.
Okay, and you see them all once a week?
Once a week.
Wow,
yes.
That is a lot of faces and
It
a lot
is.
of names. So give us an example of an art lesson that would integrate the STEM philosophy.
Sure. Actually, I'm going to start a little bit farther back.
Okay.
We actually, 5 years ago, when we started as a STEM school, we also were part of a grant with the Perpich Foundation for the Arts, and they helped us through funding and professional development in arts integration. And so myself, along with a group of teachers from different grade levels, were able to work on that grant together. And throughout those 5 years, we actually rotated, and so many of the teachers here at McKinley were a part of that grant, which is really awesome to have them each kind of trained with me throughout those different years. So we actually have quite a number of arts integrated units that have been created. Unfortunately, we can't implement them all to the degree we could when we had the grant, because we don't have the funding and the time anymore, but we do things the best that we can. So some examples would be, let's see, one of my favorite ones we've done is with an artist named Dale Chihuly, who is a glass artist, and 4th grade studies the states of matter. So they're studying solids, liquids, and gases, and he as an artist is working with solids, liquids, and gases. And
exactly, with that medium here.
Yep, and so what we do is they do their work in their classroom, and then we bring that knowledge that they have into the art room, and we're decorating plastic cups, and then they've actually melt the plastic cups in a toaster, and they time how long each different kind of plastic cup melts. So then they're able to kind of get a sculptural piece of artwork that's similar to glass art. And they also take then all those times back to their classroom again, and they will make graphs and learn about their graphing in math class. So it takes, the science comes to the art, we do the art with the science, and then that science and art piece will go back to to some math time as well. So that's one example of how we integrate.
Okay. Very interesting, because because we all learn in different ways. Some of us are auditory, some of us are visual, and some of us are through sight. So really, through the 3 examples that you gave, it kind of encompasses all of that.
Absolutely.
Learning type
Absolutely.
of thing.
And one of the things we found is the biggest benefit to arts integration and STEM in general is just student engagements. Students are so engaged with what they're learning because they find value in it, they're invested in it because a lot of times they're the ones who are creating it, they're the ones who are asking the questions. So it's just awesome to see them working so hard on things and so excited when they finally figure things out.
Whoa. So what is the best part of your job?
There's a lot of best parts of my job. To be honest, I think the best part of my job is that I get to see all of the kids here at McKinley. I don't believe there's another teacher here that sees every single kid. And so it's really cool to have that bond with everybody as you're walking down the hallway. Everybody knows who you are. Sometimes it feels like a celebrity. Sometimes when I'm out in public with my husband, he thinks I'm a celebrity. But it's just really, it's so great to make those relationships with every kid in the school. So that's one of my favorite things. The second favorite thing is the way this art room runs is more like a studio. And so I'm not directing the kids on what kind of artwork to make and what it should look like and how they should make it. Instead, I'm teaching them how to use the art tools, use the art materials, how to think like an artist, how to think like a scientist, an engineer, and then they're able to pick stations to work at, such as drawing, painting, collage, printmaking, sculpture, fiber station, and they're able to create the artwork that they want to make.
Okay, so there isn't a prescribed cookie cutter template type thing like it was when I was in school, like I was told when I first learned how to color in kindergarten. Oh no, first you outline the object, and I can't tell you how much that messed me up. Anyway, you have a very specific philosophy about education. Please share that with us.
Sure. It kind of goes along with our station work. I guess I believe my job here is to create artists and to keep that creativity alive in kids. I really truly believe every kid comes to me in kindergarten as an artist believing they can make art, they're good at art, they like art, and so it's my job to continue that feeling inside of them. And so being able to give them those opportunities to create and make what they want, what they're good at, what they like, is helping them to keep that creativity alive. And then, once they get older, middle school and high school, and they're taking art classes, I really truly believe that's the time that they can really hone in on those specific skills that they need to learn to make their art better. So that would be my biggest philosophy, is keeping creativity alive. I really believe that the jobs our kids are going to have when they graduate, we don't even know what those jobs are.
Oh, exactly. They haven't been invented yet.
Yep, so teaching them to be creative, out-of-the-box thinkers is really what it's about and what we need to be doing.
It's really important. Critical thinking skills.
Absolutely.
Very important. Some people may consider an art class or a music class as kind of extra fluff to the curriculum. But what are your feelings about what does art and music contribute to the overall makeup of a child's education?
Sure. Well, we're all born with a right brain and a left brain, and so if the right brain is getting fed, or the left brain is getting fed, then the right brain needs to be getting fed as well. And so keeping that balance with our kids, keeping their brain connected across the hemispheres is really super important.
Okay. And why would you say art education? What does that contribute to the other additional curriculum that the reading, writing, arithmetic, that type of thing that the kids learn here at school?
Sure. Kind of a little bit I talked about before with the arts integration is it helps with that engagement piece. It might help with a student who's struggling with their writing, that they're able to bring art into their work and to show what they've been learning through art rather than through writing or through taking a test. Just to kind of give them that extra outlet of showcasing their learning and showing what they know.
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, what is next for you? You've been named the local teacher of the year. What happens next for you?
Okay, well, what I've been told so far is that I will be working on a portfolio that will be submitted to the state for the Minnesota State Teacher of the Year, which will be in next May. They haven't told me a lot about what I'll need to be doing, but there'll be some things, and then also going to like some awards banquets I've been asked to present some awards at, and I'm sure a lot of other things will be coming up. So
Exactly. So actually now your homework is just beginning.
Correct.
So
Yes.
kids take heart. Teachers have homework too.
That's right.
Well, Amanda, congratulations
Thank you.
once again on being named the 2017 Owatonna Teacher of the Year. Very well deserved.
Thank you very much.
And please stay with us. We will be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Cedar Valley Services, located at the corner of Rose and Grove in Owatonna, provides an array of services for people with disabilities in Steele County. CVS thanks the entire community, especially our business customers, for supporting us in Owatonna for 43 years. Thank you from CVS.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. We have community announcements for you. Effective immediately, Allina Health has implemented restricted visitor guidelines to protect all patients, visitors, volunteers, and staff due to the current measles outbreak. Children under the age of 5 are asked not to visit the hospital unless seeking medical care, and all children under age 10 and under must wear a mask while in hospital. And anyone with a cough or sore throat also should wear a mask while in hospital. Saturday the 20th is Recycling Collection Day from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Retrofit Companies on Hoffman Drive. Bring all of your recyclables and other things that you want to get rid of, appliances and electronics and the like, down, and they will be taken care of for you. I think along with some shredding opportunities as well. Again, from 9 until 1. On Saturday, the Steele County Historical Society will be hosting a vintage and perennial plant sale on Saturday, May 20th, 2017 at the Village of Yesteryear Carriage House. The sale will be held from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. SCHS is accepting donations of vintage items and perennials for the sale. We will accept most vintage items such as antiques, dinnerware, furniture, and more, but will not be accepting clothing, books, magazines, or record albums. Call SCHS at 507-451-1420 to schedule an appointment for pickup or delivery of your items. And finally, the free event that's Unplug and Play Party in the Park at Manthe, Saturday, May 20th, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. National Kids to Park Day and celebrating with a party in the park. Free activities, some food, a lot of good times, unplugged. I like that. So please consider going up there with the family. And that's going to take care of it for us today. We are going to hopefully have you back here on Monday when we'll have Mayor Tom Kuntz and Shirley Schultz to tell us about the Main Street program. Best wishes for a super weekend, and we look forward to having you back here on Monday.